everyone. Welcome back to House's Fate. Welcome me back because I've been gone. And it's me, TJ, joined by Miggy Smalls.
What up? Yo, yo, yo. Dude, little backstory here for the folks at home. Ooh, that smells good.
Are you sniffing bath salts?
Tell you, I'm sniffing Sydney Sweeney's bath water. I've been seeing that's been sell, dude. You know that somebody on eBay's trying to sell a used bar of Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap. So anyway, I got outbid.
Did she use it?
Yeah, apparently, she has made a bath soap where they're partnered with the squash soap people, where they made
Dr.
soap
Squash.
out of her bath water. They're in for a lot of trouble because what's going to happen is that somebody's eventually going to take that bar and try to test it to see if there was like human DNA in the bathwater, in the soap. And they're not going to find any DNA from a human, and they're going to claim false advertising and sue Dr. Squash.
So do you actually think that she used her real bathwater? You don't think it's a work?
Absolutely. Absolutely not. She did not use her real bathwater. If anything, it's like, I don't know, Stephen Sweeney's bathwater.
Stephen Sweeney's. Hey, by the way, that looks like a pretty cool Sting shirt. I just have to point that out.
Dude.
That is great. I've never seen that before.
It's a little tight.
It's all right.
So if you want it, you can have it, actually, because it's a little tight. I was going to put it in the tight clothes bag.
Buddy, I looked in the mirror today, and I think I'm starting to get more wide than I am tall. And if you've ever been next to me, that's a problem.
Story of my life, buddy.
Well,
but anyway, backstory for those of you listening. TJ and I have not really spoken via podcast in almost a week, and I've missed him. He's been busy. He's been hosting company. Apparently he has a friend that wants to come on the podcast and lose to me in Trivia Titans, Captain Mig. Throw her in the list of people that are gonna lose, like Enoch the Enlightened and I Am Snail's very own former How is this fake trivia champion of the world, Adam Pastor. Anyway, dude,
I love
you
that you
missed
just
a lot
have
in
it right
professional
there.
wrestling this week.
I love that you have that hat just right there. Yeah.
Yep. I keep it there.
A
lot has happened this week in professional wrestling. You've missed a lot. Really, I know you've been busy even tonight. I want to tell you something that happened a couple of minutes ago. I mean, I feel like you've been in a coma. And dude, if you were in a coma and you woke up in, I don't know, 1999, what would you expect to see on professional wrestling TV 26 years ago?
Oh, 1999. I don't know. I'd probably see. I don't know what I would see, but I don't think I would expect the son of Dusty Rhodes to be carrying the WWE.
Yeah, probably not. But would you think that 26 years later, you'd still be seeing Goldberg showing up to challenge for the heavyweight championship after the son of Rikishi just lost it to a giant German man? Because that's what just
who's
happened.
In charge?
Yeah, that just happened. Goldberg just showed back up.
Wow.
There's been rumors. He came out in a shirt that's a Goldberg's last ride, and it looks like a super cartoon version of Goldberg, because he felt left out of the stupid cartoon that they made with all the WWE, WCW legends at camp a couple of years ago. Anyway, let me ask you this. Why in the year 2025 should I care about Goldberg's last match, especially against somebody like Gunther, knowing that they've advertised it as Goldberg's last match? Why should I care?
I don't think you should, buddy, because Goldberg's last handful of matches have been ass juice, and it's a big FU to Jey Uso.
That's what I'm thinking. Because here's the thing. Goldberg, if this is 1999, Goldberg deserves the world. But right now, we have a, I don't know, 60-year-old Goldberg. How old is he? 58-year-old Tulsa, Oklahoma, according to Wikipedia, Goldberg saying he's going to fight in Atlanta. And supposedly, we expect him to pick up a 300-pound 6'4" Gunther and give him a jackhammer.
Dude,
Um,
oh.
I I get it. They needed something big. You know what? If this was going into King of the Ring and the Saudi Arabian Prince wanted a crazy Goldberg match like he has before, then I understand it. But
I
this is
don't. That's
going
terrible booking. That guy is a
well.
terrible fan if that's what he wants.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm glad that he wanted the King of the Ring tournament. But we'll get back to that in a second because I am I gonna watch Saturday night's main event on July 12th? Yes.
Yes.
Do I care about Goldberg? Absolutely not. I know who's winning, and it all is going to end up whoever wins this King of the Ring is going to fight either Gunther or John Cena. But why? The point we were trying to make is that it screws over. It's an FU to Jey Uso, the son of Rikishi, who also had an amazing run in 1999.
By the way, you see, I did see some stuff going around about Rikishi, basically
Dude,
like talking shit and saying they were racing his family and all this shit. And
dude,
I
if it
just
was
want
up to
people to know.
Rikishi,
I want people to know real quick because when we were at WrestleCon, you can go watch the frickin' WrestleMania video. It's great. Go check out our YouTube. But did we not see Rikishi use the pictures of his children blown up behind him to
no,
get people to say, "What the fuck is that?" And then, "Oh, it's Rikishi."
no, we didn't see him use the pictures of his children. We used him see the pictures. He used the pictures of his child. He only had pictures of Jey Uso on his banner.
Oh,
That was it. But
okay. So
if it was up to Rikishi, you have Jimmy Uso would be the world champion. Jey Uso would be the heavyweight champion. Solo Sikoa would have the Intercontinental in the U.S. You'd have Scotty 2 Hotty and Hileko would be the tag team champions. The Rock would be in charge of everything, and
The Rock would wear the Ula Fala.
yeah, and then Roman Reigns would go and take over AEW. Um, with that being said, I I think it's no secret. I prefer Gunther as a champion. I don't think there's any. I think Gunther is the perfect B champion for the company. He is the perfect character. He is the perfect athlete in this company. I think he deserves to be on the top. He deserves to have some championship, whether it be the heavyweight championship or the Intercontinental or US championship. He should always have a championship on him. Always have people chasing him. Because he puts on the best matches.
It's true. I agree.
Why is
Yeah.
Goldberg coming off of the street and getting this heavyweight championship shot while Jey Uso has to compete in the King of the Ring? And then that takes away a giant spot for somebody that could have been coming back. Or you could have added it in the story, because I don't care about a story of Jey Uso now trying to chase the championship, trying to make his way back to finish his story and get the championship back. I don't care about that. I care about somebody like Miro winning the King of the Ring and going on to fight Gunther. I honestly hate the fact that Cody Rhodes is in the King of the Ring tournament, because why are Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes not getting rematches?
Well, that's the thing too. Like, I think you'll eventually see Cody and John Cena. I bet Cody wins it back and then holds it at least until the next WrestleMania. But with Jay, just a couple weeks ago, you had John Cena running in on him. So now what? So now Jay's back to being Cody's bitch and like his sidekick because Cody's got bigger fish to fry and John Cena's got like I don't know. I
In a perfect world, Ron Killings, our truth, would win the King of the Ring and think he won the Royal Rumble.
he just has this character change and he's badass until the very end and then he cuts the Steve Austin promo and he goes,
Yeah.
Truth 316 says I just won the Royal Rumble and he's back.
Yep.
Or
I think
Triple
that would
H
be the perfect.
releases him that night.
Yeah. Um, but this King of the Ring tournament, I mean, we literally just did a whole episode about how the King of the Ring tournament really could change somebody's career if it was booked right.
Yeah.
And right now, granted, we're filming this before the end of Raw because I got so pissed off. I texted you and said, "Hey, I'm ready to record whenever you are because I don't care about Goldberg." Um, assuming Jey Uso wins, you got Jey Uso, Cody, Sami Zayn, and Randy Orton. Arguably four of the biggest names in professional wrestling, especially on WWE. All matches that we've seen before. We've seen Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes. We've seen Randy Orton versus Jey Uso. We've seen Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. We've seen um we haven't seen Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton since he's been back, and now I'd be intrigued to see that. And I think that's a main event worthy match, but I don't want it to take place for the King of the Ring. I wanted it to take place for the championship. Is there a story there where it comes down to Sami Zayn and Jey Uso and who, both of each other fighting each other for the number one contender spot? Absolutely. Is there a story where Sami Zayn goes on and takes on Gunther, the man that they had all those crazy Intercontinental Championship matches with? Um, yeah,
You know what I
but
think could happen, dude? I think Sammy is a sleeper in this. I think I think everyone else you can weasel them into trying to stop John Cena. You take Randy Orton along that ride, you get Cody, Jay. I think you have Sammy win King of the Ring, maybe in the finals against Jay, and he turns heel with Karrion Cross.
I like that.
Because
And
Cross has been and because Sammy's right there. Sammy's been talking about how he wants the world title. Cross is telling him that he's got to get a little mean, and he's gonna realize, you know what, this is my shot. I gotta take it, and then we're gonna get Sammy and Gunther. I I think that's it, dude.
well, and I was thinking about this too. Saudi Arabia shows are a hard sell on some people in the roster. Two of the biggest names on there that are very vocal about Saudi Arabia, CM Punk and Sami Zayn. Now, if you want to sell them on going there, hey, CM Punk, you're going to win the championship. You're going to beat John Cena. Or, hey, this is going to be your only opportunity to face John Cena. Then that's probably what's going to happen. But a good sell for Sami Zayn is, hey, you're going to win the King of the Ring. You're going to, I know you don't want to go to Saudi Arabia, but you're going to show Saudi Arabia that you may not be the king of Saudi Arabia, but you're the king of the ring. I don't know. Meanwhile,
Could be
this
done,
podcast is going to be taken down because
I don't think we
uh,
have any listeners in the Middle East. It's fine.
that's fair. But um, I don't know. I honestly don't care who wins the King of the Ring anymore. I don't think any of it
Uh,
makes sense. It should have been somebody like Aleister Black or Rusev or even
well, that's the thing. The
Sheamus.
participants in it weren't that, I feel like the King of the Ring, that should be mostly about like the wrestling. And they put a lot of sports entertainers in the tournament. And yeah, like you said, Aleister Black, Miro. You could even leave, if you wanted to leave Randy Orton and Sami Zayn in there, I'm fine with that because I know they're going to put on amazing matches. But I think the King of the Ring should probably be left to the people that aren't going to cut 20-minute promos
Yeah,
every single week.
and
If
and
honestly, I
whoever it
feel like the
is,
King of the Ring should be basically anyone competing for the IC title. That's who should be in the tournament.
I like that idea too. And I could tell you this so that we can move on. The King of the Ring tournament, all 16 men that were in this King of the Ring tournament for the men's. Then we can move. Actually, I think we should talk about the women's because I know all four of those are set too. Um, I do not. I think all 16 of those men deserve a World Heavyweight Championship shot before the guy that played the Muscle in Looney Tunes Back in Action and lost the fight to Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Brendan Fraser. Because that's really, realistically, that is, you throw in, yeah, Goldberg had a couple of championship wins since he came out of retirement, came back to WWE. Since WrestleMania 20, Goldberg's biggest accomplishment was being in a movie with the Looney Tunes.
Well, that's a big deal. And, it's hard to get a win over Bugs Bunny.
I guess.
Brendan Fraser makes it a little bit more difficult, especially that era, He's
Yeah.
in The Mummy. But
What
no,
year is that? What year is Looney Tunes back in 2003? I did just do a Miggy's Mindset video about Monkey Bone with Brendan Fraser.
you posted something about movies people don't talk about enough, and I forget which movie it was um, at the moment. But whatever one it was, I disagreed. I felt like people talk about it plenty because I think it sucked. And now I'm really wishing I remember what movie it
Was
was.
it Wet Hot
I'm
American
gonna
Summer?
look. No,
Because we
people
like
need
that
to
movie.
talk about that more. Yes, I
Yeah.
love that movie. Let me see. Let me see. This is
Is
so
it the
funny.
Cinderella with starring Hilary Duff? Because
No, never
I
seen
haven't
that
done that
one.
one yet. AI could have been that one.
AI,
A lot of people
no.
say that one sucks.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to. Anyways, I'm gonna have to figure it out. But yeah, dude,
Was it
Goldberg.
recently?
I feel like it, but also it might have been just my feed popping something up from like the end times or the old times.
Jason X. That one's terrible.
Yes, it was Jason X.
Yeah.
Yes, enough people talk about
But
that
or
movie.
people say that one's terrible. I like that one.
Okay, I will say there's a great kill in Jason X. It's in the beginning when he first wakes up, puts that chick's face in the freezer, and then he smashes it. Just bloody ice cubes all over the floor. That was a good one.
I hate to admit it, but Kane Hodder
Right.
plays Jason. And I don't think he plays Jason in that one, but I could be wrong. Because there are some where he doesn't play Jason, but majority of the time he played Jason. And up until my teen years, I saw that Kane Hodder was the one that played Jason, and I thought that Kane from WWE played Jason.
Just goes to show you how
And
great
that,
Kane is.
yeah. But
He
let's
was
see
over,
here.
brother.
um, but on the same end of the King of the Ring, you have the Queen of the Ring, where it's coming down to Alexa Bliss and Asuka facing each other. Now, I don't know who's going to win that one. I'm very disappointed that it's going to come down to Alexa Bliss and Asuka because I want Alexa Bliss to win the whole entire thing. And then you
Right.
have, who's the other one? Is it?
I was in a coma.
I know. Um, Alexa Bliss and Asuka, and then you have Roxanne Perez and Jade Cargill. That's it. I don't know who wins that either. But I can tell you, I'd much rather see it come down to Roxanne Perez and Alexa Bliss than Asuka and Jade Cargill or Asuka and Roxanne Perez. Even, you know what? I think Asuka and Roxanne Perez would put on a killer match, though.
Fuck yeah, dude. Honestly, all four of
Um,
those women would put on a great match. There's
I don't
definitely
think.
some pairings that I would want to see more than others, but I think at the end of the day, they'd be decent matches.
I don't think that I don't think Jade Cargill can keep up with them.
Well, no.
I think you should have put. I think it should have honestly. They should have mixed up Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss and had it come down to the two of them, and that's the story. But
Since I've been asleep, what's up with my queen? What's Charlotte Flair up to?
well, for some reason Alexa Bliss is trying to befriend her.
Befriend her?
That's what it seems like. It seems like she's trying to start like a friendly competition with her.
Is Alexa Bliss acting all creepy like she's got like some
No,
demon
that's the
inside of her?
stupid part because you had the Wyatt Six are back. Why is she not with the Wyatt Six? She shouldn't even be in this tournament. She should be with the Wyatt Six.
Well, I would say if she's gonna dress like that and carry out that stupid doll, then yeah, she needs to be with the Wyatt Six.
Yeah,
But if
because the
she's
doll's
not,
still around.
then she needs to get that, Harley Quinn shit back and
Yeah,
be that.
exactly. With the cool gloves and the yeah. I don't know. I
That's
don't
pretty good.
get rid. I know. I understand the doll is a big seller, and I understand she wants to
Oh,
play
well,
tribute
that's
to
it.
Bray
Yeah.
Wyatt, but make it make sense. That's the. You know what? I haven't said make it make sense in over 2 months. And last time I did, it was in a rant about AEW. And you know who makes more sense than anybody?
AEW is starting to make sense, buddy.
AEW makes a lot of sense.
We might need to be talking about a road trip to Texas. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's on my kid's birthday. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'd like to go to the Starcast. But and AEW, for what it's worth, the last 2 weeks has been doing a 4-hour show.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays.
And Collision?
Yeah. On Wednesdays. That's a lot for a work week. I'll admit I've been in and out watching it. But the stuff that I have seen has been 10 times better than anything that WWE is putting on. Hell, the stuff that I've seen in TNA has even been better than some of the stuff in WWE.
Honestly, the WWE right now is reeking of corporate sponsorships and all that it's reeking of business and less about storytelling.
Yeah. Well, that's the crazy part about it is that I'm actually are the matches that I care about in AEW right now. Outside of Swerve and Will Ospreay, because I don't know, I like those matches. I don't even care about the story for those guys. I mean, they straight up. I don't know if you saw the clip online. I know you were in a coma, but Okada straight up killed Kenny Omega.
Oh, I did
Wednesday
see
night. Yeah, he's shooting blood out of his face. Out of every orifice, he had blood coming out of him. But I'm invested in that story. We're gonna get Okada and Kenny Omega 20, and I'm invested in that. I even care more about the Paragon and Daniel Garcia versus the Don Callis family than I do Gunther and Goldberg. And then you have Toni Storm, and I care about everything she does. And then you even have Blake Monroe over there in NXT, which should excite me. I should be excited to see Blake Monroe, formerly known as Mariah May. And I'm not. In this King of the Ring tournament, this mysterious person would have been great for Ricky Saints. And then you have the finals be Cody and Ricky Saints. You want to make a name out of somebody? You put those two men together, and Cody will make Ricky Saints look like a freaking superstar, dude.
And how many AEW people would go back and watch that match?
Yeah, and then you could get the viewership. And or I even hate to say it, Joe Hendry or Mystery Iguana would have been perfect for this mystery spot. Moose. Look at that match. You have Miro, you have Bronson Reed, you have Sheamus. Imagine a dude like Moose in that match.
I would rather have Moose than Sheamus. I got to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. to be honest, I'd rather have anybody in TNA than or NXT than Jey Uso. Um,
No yeet,
but
no yeet.
yeah, um, I don't know, man. I have just been enjoying, even with the 4 hour show. I've enjoyed AEW this week and the week before and the week before that and the week before that more than anything else. Pretty much since WrestleMania, I've enjoyed AEW more than anything else. And the fact that I went to WrestleMania and I went to Double or Nothing, and Double or Nothing blew me out of the water, and it's been my life's mission to travel and make it to a WrestleMania when I've been to 5 Double or Nothings.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
Did you see? Now maybe this is just dirt sheet talk. Maybe it's not real, but that we will soon be seeing sponsorships on the ring gear of some of our favorite
Yep.
WWE superstars.
Well, why not? We got them on the tables, we got them on the chairs, we got them on the ladders. Um,
Ugh. Can you imagine like
you know what?
Nike pads on Cody Rhodes?
I like that idea if the wrestlers are going to get the sponsorship money like they do in the UFC.
Well,
You know, if Slim Jim wants to also sponsor LA Knight, I love that idea. If I don't know, Spirit Halloween wants to sponsor the Wyatt Six, let's do it. If you want to have
But as long as that doesn't lead to
Lucky
the
Charms
Jack o'
sponsoring
Lantern
Sheamus,
match,
yeah.
that'd be funny.
But you could do a lot with that. You could do the Lucky Charms and Sheamus. You could do the I don't know, Versace and Seth Rollins.
You could do the goat milk for Stephanie Vaquer, because she's got the horns.
Dude, you know what we should do for the next episode?
Yeah.
We should pull up the WWE roster
Okay.
and go down it, list person for person, and give who we think the perfect sponsorship would be for each
I
one.
like that idea. I like that idea.
All right, that's Wednesday's episode.
Oh yeah.
But with that, how much time we got left?
I'm
We
not
still good
sure.
on time?
Yeah.
Because even TNA last week, the last 2 weeks, I guess, have decent storytelling. Even though the pay-per-view that I went to was not the greatest, it's had decent storytelling. I don't know. I just think these stories, like the ones going on with Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné. I mean, when is? Oh, you know what? No, I'm not gonna watch. I am not gonna watch Saturday night's main event on July 12th.
Why not?
Because isn't that when All In is?
Oh yeah, they're didn't they? Yeah, it's the same day, I think.
Yeah, All In is July 12th. That's what I'll be watching. I'm gonna
It's
spend
hilarious.
$50. I'm gonna spend $50 to not watch Goldberg wrestle.
Good for you. That's sticking it to the man. I'm not watching anything because that's my kid's birthday.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay,
I got
that's
a
more
birthday
important.
party.
Yeah.
But Sunday, I'm getting that motherfucking replay.
Yep. And it's probably going to be free by then. Yeah,
Wow.
because
Paying $50
the cards
to
so
not
far,
watch Goldberg.
looking at the cards so far, I could tell you that I think Adam Copeland's going to come back. But it should have been back in May. But I can tell you, I am more excited to see MJF wrestle in MVP's gear than I am to see Goldberg. I can tell you that I'm more excited to see the Ops in any form than Goldberg. You know what I would even, who I want to see Eva Marie versus Gunther before I care about Gunther versus
Wow.
Goldberg.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what? You could put Joe Hendry versus Gunther because Joe Hendry's lost every single match since he said we weren't going to be on, he wasn't going to be on the podcast anyway.
You know, that, and like I said before, that should be a signal to anyone that wants to mess with us. Your
Yeah.
career will be over. And that's
Yep.
coming from two guys who, you know, don't have a lot of a big audience. We're
Nope.
powerful.
Yeah.
We don't need anybody else. If you
We're like
try,
the girl who cursed Good Luck Chuck.
oh yeah, I got voodoo dolls.
I have voodoo dolls made of wrestlers too.
Miggy actually has voodoo
actually,
dolls and all of
they're
those
not voodoo
pop
dolls.
dolls.
Yeah, they're just dolls. I have dolls. I
Oh wow. Do we
this
get a
is
new doll?
no. This is just topical here.
Oh my god.
I
That is
have a Bill.
hideous.
I have a Bill Goldberg doll.
Wow. What's the chain? Is that chain
Yeah, it's
gang
just
chain?
it came in one of those stupid VIP things that you get when you go sit up front in WWE. I've never sat up front in WWE, but some guy was so pissed that that Matt Riddle was the autograph that he just gave it to me because he's friends with my dad. Shout out shout out that guy. Phil. Shout out Phil from the card shop.
Phil from the card shop, friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast for sure. I like that guy. He's a nice guy.
Wow.
Um
Well, buddy,
but
we are running up on a couple minutes here.
all right, I got it.
So
I got to talk about this. I don't know if you saw any clips from it other than the Joe Hendry one, but we're gonna talk about the most interesting thing that has taken place so far in June, in my opinion, is this AAA Triple Mania Arena 2025 that had WWE versus TNA versus AAA. Um, just some of the
and no
crazy
one's
matches
talking about it.
that no one's talking about. You had Foresto and Sanson lose to Los Garza, and Los Garza also defeating Pagano and Psycho Clown and the Nemeths, Nick Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth, to win to win the
I
Triple
was
A
wondering what
World
that smirk
Championship.
was, and then I remembered.
Moose competing on the card. Um, Defending the X Division Championship against El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr., Joe Hendry, and El Maestas. And Joe Hendry coming out to a Hispanic Spanish version of I Believe in Joe Hendry.
Como come su llama, como se llama,
My name is Joe
y
Hendry.
mi llamo es Joe
Hendry.
Hendry.
Dun, dun.
I.
Um, and then
Wow.
I don't know. I
Apologize.
didn't watch this one. I didn't watch this match. I saw clips from it, but the Burger Kid, Mr. Iguana, and the Prosecutor defeating the Tokyo Bad Boys.
Wow.
If
That
that
sounds like a
doesn't
Dream Slam
if
show.
that doesn't scream professional wrestling, I don't know what else does. But the main event saw El Hijo del Vikingo, who is the AAA Mega Champion, take on Alberto El Patron, formerly known as Alberto Del Rio, and they booed Vikingo.
What? Oh.
They booed him like crazy. Which makes me think that maybe the AAA fans are not happy about this WWE takeover and and the way that they went about this title change. Because there's a lot of history and emotion and love involved in AAA and Lucha Libre.
Yeah.
I don't know what it
Well,
means,
you know,
but
if how would you like it if WWE bought AEW?
I wouldn't. Actually, I
Well,
would. I would love it, and I would love them to make. I want them to
what?
buy AEW and make Vince Russo the booker.
How? Okay, let me ask you. How would you like it if WWE bought Ring of Honor in 2019?
I don't know, buddy. I would have loved that. Actually, I think I would have loved everything about that.
even in the dark days of WWE
Well,
2019.
2019 was the golden year of NXT. That's my favorite year of NXT.
Was that 2.0 already?
No, that was
That
the
was still
last
black and
real
gold?
black and gold.
Huh.
That was the year that they did the whole Survivor Series, which included NXT and the rise of Keith Lee, the rise of Gunther. Adam Cole was at the peak as a champion.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
All right,
But
buddy.
that was last week and a little bit of this week in wrestling. Next episode, we're talking WWE sponsorships. I'm putting it out there again so that we do
And
it
no
because
holds barred.
yep.
If I want, and speaking of sponsorships, I've been waiting for a girl like you.
Mainly because I want to talk about how I want I don't know, Icy Hot to sponsor Alba Fire.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I'm still sticking with goat milk for Stephanie Vauquer because she's got those horns.
I like that. I think Kyrie Zane, since she's the pirate, could be sponsored by Captain Crunch or Captain Morgan.
Oh, that's true. SmackDown's
Yeah.
Captain Crunch, but Netflix there's no rules, so we can do Captain
Yeah.
Morgan there.
Hot Topic and Rhea Ripley.
Oh, that's good. Uh I don't know. Some kind of chicken cup Tyson chicken on Lyra Valkyria's wings.
Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna throw it out there before I forget.
Yeah.
Preparation H and Nia Jax.
Wow. My whole
Ow, my hole.
Can you imagine that gif? My whole preparation A.
All right, buddy. I've missed you.
I missed you
Good
too, buddy.
times.
I will talk to you in a couple days, and make sure you follow us all, you crazy listener out there.
Everywhere.
At HITFPOD, the Tick,
HITF Pod.
the IG, the YouTube. Do what you can.
The Tube.
All right. See you later.
Later, buddy.